It's Amp Test Tuesday, and I've got a big surprise for y'all. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of Amp Test Tuesday coming at you. And as you saw in the intro there, huge surprise coming for y'all. We got some brand new prototype amplifiers. This is the Sundown Audio Salt series amplifiers. And we're about to put these things through the ringer here on the Amp Dyno. Show you all the details, everything about it. But first, I want to apologize just a little bit. Some of y'all know we're in the process of moving. We've got a whole new building we're moving to that's almost twice as big as the building we're in. We built this media room here special just for doing this. We can't take the whole room with us, but some of the parts we are going to be taking, including lights. So all of my good LED lights that are in here have already been pulled out and removed. So the lighting might be a little bit bad on this video. I'll show you. I've got just some extra lights set up here and here. Give you all a glimpse, trying to help with lighting. So hopefully the lighting's not too bad. I apologize for that, guys. Also, just a few other creature comforts like air conditioning. Normally this room has air conditioning. We have already removed the portable AC unit we run in here, so there's no air conditioning in here. Right now, I've got my fan off, but it's North Carolina in the summertime, in August. It's freaking hot. So I've got a little fan I'm gonna have running down here. It's not running right now. Fingers crossed the noise isn't too bad, but guys, it's almost unbearably humid and hot. So you'll see some of the temperatures. It's probably a good 80 degrees in here right now. Hopefully I know it'll get too hot on me with us not having the AC running. So again, just a few apologies ahead of time. Now, let's dive into what we got going on. Brand new Salt series amplifiers. You're seeing a couple of prototypes here right now. We have the Salt-6 and the Salt-8. So as the names are gonna insinuate, we got a 6K 6,000 watt amp and an 8K 8,000 watt amp. These will also be coming in a matching 4K and 12K, big 12,000 watt amplifier. Now, one of the big visual differences you're gonna see from what we got here is we're gonna do mirrored logos. So unlike right now where you got Sundown Audio in the top corner and the Salt logo in the bottom corner, we're gonna mirror those. So regardless of which way you flip these amps, you're gonna have Sundown Audio here and then inverted here, and then the Salt logo here and then inverted here. So it'll look the same regardless of how you turn it. These are much, much different looking amplifier than our previous ones, like you see in our SCV 4K back here. All the previous, going back to the original SAZ 1500, all had a kind of similar look. The black finish, the silver strip down the middle. You could always pull these bars off and flip them, if you want to rotate your amps, keep all your logos matching. Well, we've got rid of a bunch of that. No more black look. We've went to this nice titanium color. No more bar down the center. No more worry about flipping them. Just overall beautiful, beautiful amplifier. Awesome color. We all love this color here at Sundown. And you can see the case is also much different compared to that case from the old SCV line. So slightly bigger case, a little bit thicker, bunch of deep fins, just an aggressive look. I love just that's the easiest way I can describe just the monster aggressive look that these amplifiers have. So now to go into some of the key features you're gonna see on these that didn't come on the previous SCV line. As I'm showing you right here, we got the bigger 4-gauge outputs. So all of them include the 4-gauge outputs. We also, the SCV line didn't come with all the external indicators that you see here. So we've got the power, protect, and clip light, but you also got the external status right here. So you'll get basically a little plug-in that you can plug in here. Your wires will run out, and you can run remote LEDs off those wires to give you all those same status indicators. Now, another thing that unfortunately I don't have this here today to show you, I can just kind of give you a glimpse if you haven't noticed yet. We got an all new remote cable. So I got an example sitting right here for you. It's now Cat 5 cable. So we got a full on Cat 5 cable, and the reason for that is there's a bunch of extra things coming on the new remotes. Like I said, I don't have one here to show you. I wish I did, because there's some really cool features coming. Cool features like, besides your typical remote knob to have the remote adjustability of the gain. You're also going to have your power light, your clip light. You're going to have voltmeter. It's going to be huge. The new remote models will include a voltmeter, and the big one, this is all getting custom made just for us, temp sensor. Remote volt and temp sensors included on the remote knobs for all the new Salt series amplifiers. And that is being done via Cat 5 cable. So that's awesome. Really looking forward to those features. Now just take you over the other side. You know, most of the other options, I'll show you back here real quick. Most of the stuff as far as your gain, subsonic, bass boost, low pass, and phase, those are all pretty standard. These are strappable, so you got your switch to change over from master to slave. All that stuff pretty standard, no big changes there. On the other side, obviously Salt-8, big amplifier. We got the triple inputs, but the Salt-6, this is something new that the SCV 6K did not have. We got triple inputs on the 6K. So improving things there. And right now, that's basically a quick overview, showing you what they are. Now, this video, again, I'm showing you everything about them, giving you some details. I'm going to split this up so the video doesn't get crazy long. We're going to go ahead and dyno the big one. I know everyone wants to see it. We're going to dyno the 8K and 6K separately. I don't know what order I'll release the videos out in, so the 6K video might have already been released when you see this, or the vice versa. I'll make that determination later. But so one amp will be in this video, one amp will be in another video at another time. And I'm going to show, haven't yet, we're going to show head-to-head the counterparts in the SCV lineup. So let me go ahead and get you a preview now. I'm going to dyno back-to-back at the same time the Salt 6K and the SCV 6000 and the Salt 8K, which is the counterpart to the SCV 7500. So we'll get them on here, show you how they compare in size. Matter of fact, I'm gonna set this camera down and take some measurements on these right now. Let you see what's up as far as size differences, anything like that. So give me a second, let me set this camera down. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. I have the Salt-8 sitting here right next to the SCV 7500D that it will be replacing. So I don't think I mentioned it earlier, I want to make this official. The Sundown Audio SCV lineup has been discontinued. That is official. They're discontinued. Now they are not out of stock. As of right now, me shooting this video, they are still all fully in stock at all the major dealers. The amps like your 4K, 6K, 7500, big online dealers like downtosoundshop.com have these amps in stock right now. You can still buy them. Don't freak out. But no more will be produced. The next run of Korean amplifiers that we bring in will be the Salt series. We're hoping to have them in by the end of this year, 2019. So if you're somebody in the future watching this old video, Salt series will be available by the end of 2019. Keep that in mind. So now real quick, I've got these two amps here. I've got them lined up as even as what I can eyeball on one end. So I'm gonna take some measurements of the Salt-8, give the exact measurements, and then pick up the camera real quick, show you some of the differences. Now, mounting foot to mounting foot on the Salt-8, we're looking at about 32¼ inches. Now, width-wise, this has a beefy case, aggressive case, bunch of big cooling fins out here. So it gets a little bit wider. So outside cooling fin to outside, we're about 10⁸ of an inch. So 10.125 inches. And then height, as you can see, versus the smooth look of the 7500, bunch of big vertical aggressive fins, including this crazy one here on the side. So measuring up from the mounting foot, we're right at 3 inches tall. So there you go, 32¼ long, 3 inches tall, 10⁸ of an inch wide. Now to give you a visual comparison, you can probably already see where the smooth look of 7500 stops just above the flat part of the Salt-8. These huge aggressive fins on top are what give it a little bit of extra height. So it's going to be a little bit deeper. It's a little bit wider. The SCV 7500 is, my memory failed me, is about 9⁸, so we're about an inch wider. But For some people that might be a little restricted in this dimension, let me bring the camera over here and show you, it is shorter. So I've already put the tape measure on it. Try and eyeball this here for you, but it is about 1 inch shorter than the SB 7500. So save a little bit of room that way with the Salt-8. So that's it. There's our quick comparison for size. Yeah, let me cut into a little time-lapse footage, get this thing wired up. Triple inputs, and we run dual inputs and everything here to get all the juice from our cap side and our battery bank side. So it's gonna take me a few minutes to get this wired up. I'm gonna roll it as a time lapse right here, get 7500 out the way, and then we're gonna hit this thing on the amp dyno, see what kind of power we can do. The reason, real quick, the reason for the Salt series, the big change, low voltage power. So we were already moving that direction with the SCV, the Sundown cap voltage series, all about low voltage power. They were not high voltage stable like the old SCZ line. Well, the Salt series, which stands for Sundown Audio Low Voltage Technology, Salt series improves on all that. We're expecting to see 10% more power, roughly 10%, give or take a little bit, 10% more power than the model it's replacing across the board. That's for 4, 6, 8, and upcoming 12K. If we can make that happen, these things are going to be monsters. But that's it. Time-lapse footage coming. We get this thing wired up. We're going to hit it on the amp dyno. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. All right, we're back. Everything's wired up. Wanted to give you all a look at all the triple inputs, and yes, we run quad inputs to help out with our battery bank here. So down in there, in case you can't tell, we have a bank of D1400 14-volt batteries, and we also have a bank over on this side of the super banks. So super caps, basically excess power super caps. And essentially the way our test bench works, and I'm just going over for anybody who's not familiar with the channel, these come from caps, these come from batteries. So we run dual inputs, so we got basically an odd gauge power and ground from battery and an odd gauge power and ground from caps, all dual inputted right into the amp. We want to give the amp its best chance possible to do the power it's capable of doing. One huge difference from our battery bank here, what you've seen in the car, is alternator power. You see a bunch of guys, especially guys running big, massive amps, they're running big, massive alternators or multiple alternators, 2, 3, 4, almost unlimited. I mean, there's guys out there right now doing 3 70 amp alternators. But we don't have that much charging power here. We do have our excess power IntelliChargers. We got one here, well, the controller here, they're mounted down inside the bench. One controller there, one controller here. And sometimes, just to give us a little bit of extra help, I'll bring in an extra wired up on the bench, and that's what I have today. So at full capacity, we've got as much as 180 amps of charging power to help maintain. But guys, that's nowhere near enough for an amplifier this big. Amplifier like this, on the minimal, the low end, an 8K amplifier, you're talking about 800 amps of draw on the low end. Now, more than likely, it's going to be more than that. Just depends on what kind of power we can get out of it. So again, we do all this to give the amplifier its best chance possible on a test bench, because it's just not the same as being in a car when you have that extra help, that extra charging power with alternators in there. One key difference I want to note, I know I didn't say earlier, these prototypes have the hex keys in them. Hex keys there and here. The production models will not have those. Production models will be just like the SCVs. They'll have the Phillips style screws. We prefer them here, and I'll just give you a quick glimpse why. While I'm hooking that up, I had to use 3 different Allen wrenches on this one amplifier. 3 different ones. One for the power inputs, one for the remote, one for the speakers. Well, instead of fooling with that, you could have one Phillips head, which is very, very common, one Phillips head wrench to do everything. Another thing, and I won't disagree with the guys out there that say you can get so much more leverage and torque and bite, and you can get the hex keys, you can get them that much tighter. Correct, you can get them tighter. The problem that happens with that is a lot of guys get in there and they really wrench down on them and they end up stripping them out. Now on the opposite side, some guys don't hold their Phillips in good enough. When they grab a hold, they don't quite push it in right. They end up rounding out the inside of the Phillips versus where these guys wrench on so much, they actually round out the actual terminal. They'll round that out. So I'll say, which would you rather replace? Get a new Phillips head piece that'll screw right in, or have to re-tap your terminals? Positive and negatives are there for each case, but we prefer the Phillips heads around here. That's what the production amps will come with. So now that everything's wired up, I'll also note, just in case, we only run 8 gauge here on the amp dyno. The amplifier set up for 4 gauge. We don't have our inputs on the amp dyno set up for 4 gauge. I'm not shaving them down. They're short runs, so shouldn't affect any output. I'm not predicting anything like that. I'm not gonna make any excuses or anything like that. Just letting you know, these do have 4 gauge output capability, but for today, we're only gonna be running 8 gauge wire. Let me set this down, and I'm gonna run through setting the amplifier up on the amp dyno. All right guys, so I'm gonna do a quick setup on the amplifier, and to do that, I'm gonna use my loud tool. Now, if you haven't seen these, check out straightclipping.com, dvsdesigns.com. They have these available for purchase. They are custom made, they're 3D printed, and they're printed exactly perfect to fit in the end of an amplifier and adjust it. So I'm gonna use this today. Now, for testing purposes, we always just open all of our crossovers up. So our subsonic is gonna be all the way down, our low pass is gonna be all the way up wide open. We're gonna leave the bass boost alone, the phase alone, those are gonna be at 0. For now, our gain is gonna be at 0. So we'll run through setting up the amp dyno. We're gonna go to the DD1. Oh, now I'm gonna get my head unit prepared down here. Give me just a second, guys. So we're gonna play track 12. I'm playing track 12. Adjust head unit to max undistorted level. Oh, and I make this mistake all the time. Forgot to plug in my remote wire, so. There we go, our remote wire is plugged in. We've got blue light on the amplifier. Everything's good to go. All right, so you can see my clip light starting to come on there. It's kind of hard for me to see from down here where my head unit's at. I see it flickering. All right, so understored level is set. Adjust amplifier gain to maximum. We're gonna turn our amplifier gain all the way up. So that distortion light means we are distorting. Change track. We are on track 14. Press next. We're gonna adjust our overlap. Now, I typically run overlap down around 9-10 dB. Some amplifiers are more finicky. So we're at 9, bump it up here, right there. 10 dB of overlap. That's what's always worked good for me. Done. Pause our head unit. And we are ready to go. So let me reposition this camera. We're gonna do some runs. All right, so I tried to get the camera in the best view possible to eliminate glare off the screen from some of the lights. And I'll move the camera around some during the runs to make sure we get everything. Just so y'all know, no funny business. We still got the Salt-8 here on the test bench. Now, in case you're not familiar, I'll run you through this. Certified is up to 1% THD, 1% distortion. Uncertified means power right up to the point of clipping. Dynamic is burst power, so it's super short, just bursts. And honestly, dynamic is like a max power rating. I hate it. It's almost irrelevant to car audio. Other companies put out dynamic power runs, so we do the same, so you have head-to-head numbers to compare. For the most part, for what guys do in day-to-day, everyday driving, uncertified runs gonna be the closest thing you're gonna have to what you're gonna see in a vehicle. I don't care who says what about they set their amp some kind of way. Look, everybody runs their amplifiers right up to clipping, which is similar to an uncertified run on the amp dyno. Those are the runs I think are most indicative of the power you're gonna see in everyday real world use. So that's what we're gonna go for. Now, real quick, I am gonna turn my chargers on. We're sitting around 14 volts. So I'm gonna turn these chargers on, let them ramp up. So we got some good voltage, because a big 8K like this, it's gonna be over 800 amps of current draw. It's gonna suck some voltage down. So here we are, uncertified run. Mono next. Let's do it. Let's go straight for the good one. That's the one I like to get out of the way first. Uncertified at 1 ohm. As you can see, we're sitting at 14.2, but the chargers are kicking up. We're gonna run it and see what happens. So here we go. It's making its run. And holy moly, that is insane. I cannot believe what I just saw. First hit, completely raw, no funny business. Sundown Audio, Salt 8K, same amplifier sitting here. Uncertified run, dropping to 13.7 volts. I hope y'all can see this good on the screen. That's over 11,000 watts. 11,263 watts of power down to the 13 volt range. Exactly where we want it. We want that low voltage, high power output. Guys, go ahead and let us know in the comments. What do y'all think about that? Insane numbers already from that Sundown Audio Salt-8. All right, guys, so whoa, just complete, I mean, mother cussing, whoa. I cannot believe what just happened. 13.7 volts. Look, I can tell you from experience, strong 14.4, rock solid, that's a 12K hit right there, no doubt. Man, I cannot wait to get one of these amps inside Project SPL. Right now, I'm tempted to go unwire all 8 7500s I got in there, just to wire one of these amps up, turn it up, see what can happen with some power like this from one amplifier. I can't wait to do it. We're gonna reset. We gotta hit that certified run. So I'm getting everything reset to go here. We're gonna back out of this, exit, certified, because I know a lot of people still, they put so much faith in that certified. Just keep in mind, that's 1% distortion. And honestly, man, unless you're into SQ, you're running way more than 1% distortion. But we're gonna do it, certified run. I got all my chargers kicked on and going. See what we can do to maintain this voltage this time. I really want to get it right at that 14.4 range. I know some of y'all want to see low voltage tests, but you know what? That's gonna come, even if I do it later in another video. We're gonna tank this voltage as much as we can, see how much power we can get way down in the low voltage range. For right now, certified run coming. Got my head unit rolling. Here we go. And bam, holy cow. Somehow, it's a miracle. I think we actually beat our uncertified run. We had just a hair more at 13.9 volts this time instead of 13.7, but 11,466 watts certified. That's certified. 1% distortion. My goodness. There you have it. Just in case y'all think there's some tomfoolery going on, there's none here, guys. This is still the Salt-8, same amplifier, same inputs, it's all still here. No funky magic. There's our wires heading to our amp dyno. Jesus, that's some ridiculous power from the Salt-8. So again, comments, guys, let me know. I'm super pumped right now. Oh my God, am I pumped. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all excited to see these amplifiers? Let me know. More testing to come. All right, guys, so it looks like this video is gonna end up getting a little long, so I'm gonna go ahead and split it up into a 2-part series. Now, unlike some of the other 2-part series where you're waiting on a part 2 for a while, don't worry. I will make sure part 2 is up tomorrow, first thing in the morning, so you ain't gotta wait long. I just don't want this video getting incredibly long, like 30, 40, 45 minutes, so I'm gonna split it up, keep it into 2 15, 20-minute videos, keep it reasonable for y'all to watch. So we're gonna go ahead and end this video now, and tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, part 2 will be up, showing you all the other footage going on. Still tons of good footage to go, including the comparison head-to-head, the Salt-8 and the SCV-7500. So you can see the power difference from what's going out to what's coming in to take its place. But right now, we're going to end this. So remember, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, click that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, share with your friends, and don't forget to visit sundownunofficial.com for all your Sundown tees, Project SPL tees, the Eat Sleep Sundowns, the classic Sundowns, all that cool stuff available right now at sundownunofficial.com. I'll put all that information down the link below. Also remember, coming up August 17th, Hickory Motor Speedway in Hickory, North Carolina. Technically it's Newton, but we just call it Hickory. If you Google Hickory Motor Speedway on your phone, Google Maps, it will come up for you. Be there on August 17th for Sundown Show 2019. That's the next show we'll be at. Everybody's gonna be there. I mean, everybody. Every big hitter on the East Coast. This is without a doubt the biggest show on the East Coast. Hundreds of cars, thousands of people. We will be there. Project SPL will be there. The Sundown demo van will be there. We'll have the Sundown booth, products on display, selling t-shirts. All your big name brands from the Southeast will be there. Excess Power should be there. Criminator Audio should be there. Jonathan Price, Down for Sound should be there. Tons of people. We got Kyle Rutherford, DVS Design, StraightClipping.com. He's coming, setting up the booth. So all your straight clipping bass head gear will be there for sale. Come check us out. Plenty of vendors. Tons of vendors. We do free vendor space. So make sure, August 17th, Sundown Show 2019 at Hickory Motor Speedway. And that's it, guys. Until next time, we will see y'all then.